All right, so we think we've come out with a better version or a better way for you to update. I'm going to be going over that. This is basically like a Hansel and Gretel, just follow the breadcrumb trail back version. I think it's pretty ingenious, so we're just going to hop into it. The easiest way to update is to click on your favorites and scroll up and over to the very bottom, and you'll see shortcuts to update and restore options. You'll also find this in the tips and tricks and also the LMIR section, so you can click on easy updates right here. Also, wherever you see it, just click on it. It's going to take you to this super favorites folder, and it's going to walk you through or begin walking you through. So click on one right here. You can also check up here. So if we've come up with a new update and you're wondering if we've released anything, just click there. It'll be in the playlist that we've released it. And you can verify that by the date that the video was released. Click step 1. And we're just going to follow the breadcrumb back. So 1 goes to 2, goes to 3. Select the build. So for box owners, click here, Fire Stick owners. For people that have the NVIDIA Shield with reel-to-bread and 80 megabytes of download speeds, click on this one. So if you have a box and you don't have reel-to-bread or you don't have 80 megabytes download speeds, click on box owners and do the either the reel-to-bread or the no-to-bread down here. You can test out this, but this is going to be for 4K, optimized for 4K. And if you aren't able to get 4K, it'd be kind of a waste, but I'm going to be doing this one today because this is the only one we haven't tested yet. So I'm going to click here, and it says paste to download. So we would put a longer description here. Really what you're doing is you're copy and pasting this to your download folder, and you just long press it just like if you were on your phone. So you long press on it, it's going to give you these options down here. We're going to click copy, and then we're going to go find the download folder. So if your local folder is not expanded, click on it and then click on download. This is where we want it. Well, actually, we can go one step further. We can put it right here in My Builds. When you get to My Builds, click paste. If not, no worries. If you don't have My Builds right there, just click paste. But this will actually get it right exactly where we want it to, where if we click on the step 2 in the build, it's going to be staring at us. And this should be pretty fast. I've got some stuff that's downloading or uploading right now, so I'm probably running into that right now, but you can see 12 megabytes per second, 11 megabytes per second, extremely fast. So we should be in and out very quick. After we're done with this, we're just going to back out of here and go to step 2 in your build. If your build for some reason closed out in the background, no worries. Just open up your old build and go right back to where we were in the favorites or wherever it says update options. And we're going to click on 2. So click the back button until you're all the way out and go to step 2. And like I was saying, if for some reason this backs out, just remember this is in multiple areas of your build. You're just looking for easy restore or easy update options in your tips and tricks or your favorites. Okay, now we're back here. Click on 2. Click continue. It's going to clear everything off of our existing build. So just put your remote down somewhere safe for a little bit. And this is what makes your build to where it's not sluggish and you don't have to worry about the just gradual decay from having like outdated tech running in the background. So this completely clears everything off and gives you all of the improvements we've input into the new build. So when it's done with this step, it's going to allow us to select that zip folder, and we're just going to click on it, and it's going to basically do the same type of thing, but it's going to extract everything. And we could cut this out, but I'd rather stay on the same page with you. so we can just walk through this together. If ever I get ahead of you, you can feel free to pause the video and just unpause it whenever you get done with that section. We're going to go over some optional things after the build. So here we go. We're staring at it. If you were one of the people that had you didn't have the My Builds thing in there, you'll click the 2 dot right here one time and you'll be staring at it. So click the 2 dot one time if you don't see it right here. And if for some reason you don't see it all the way there, click the 2 dot menu and go all the way back to the beginning, and that will be, then you'll select downloads. But really it should just be staring at you right now. Click on it. And there we go. It's going to extract everything. Mine's going to be a little bit bigger as far as the size, so I might go over. You can fast forward if I'm running a little bit late on this. But when we get done with this, I'm going to show you how to get rid of the adult section or create the adult section. Also, I am going to show you how to input the advanced settings to where it tunes it to your device. Basically, it takes the build, it figures out how much cache that you have available and running in your background, and it tunes it to your device to where you have less lag and less throttling. For reel-to-brid users, definitely hang out until the very end. But really, on reel-to-brid, there's 2 ways you can do it. You can just start playing movies, and when it asks you to pair up to reel-to-brid, when you click on the links, you can do it like that. But I know that sometimes that's not the most, I don't know, sometimes it requires you to do some extra steps, or it just doesn't work as well. So I'm going to show you the preferred or the official method at the very end of the video. And whenever we get done with this, the first thing you'll notice is that you'll get a Chape error. That always happens. It's basically because of the settings that we have input into Chape for you. It's easier for us to just update it than to have to get you to program it yourself. It would take like 10 steps for you to program it yourself, and that's what most other build developers do, is they expect you to input your TMDB code, which is like a headache. You have to go to tmdb.com and apply for an API code or get an API code, and you have to type that in manually with your remote control, and that's just a lot of work. So what we do is we do all that work for you. It's going to error out because it notices, hey, it's not our device anymore, or it's not on our device anymore. But if you update Chape, that will clear out. Yeah, and like I was saying, if I am taking too long, you are free to fast forward through this. I've just got the big build going through today. This is pretty much like the worst case scenario as far as how long it could possibly take. And to be honest with you, I could just cut the video right here because, I mean, this is pretty much done. It's going to extract all this stuff, and then the only thing you're really going to have to do is click on, you're going to click on your program add-ons, find Chape, or click on your video add-ons, excuse me, and then click on Chape, and then click to update Chape. And the number you are looking for right now is the errors. So it says on my screen right here, it says 4K Freedom Paste to download errors : 0. So you want that to be 0, and if it's not 0, the next step that you're going to see is it's going to say view errors. Definitely click to view your errors, If it's anything that has to do with PNG files, those are thumbnails, no big deal. You have thousands of thumbnails in your build, and it will most likely just recreate the thumbnail whenever you go back to the icon. But either which way, it's just, you know, a superficial type thing. But if it says anything with .py in there, then you might have an issue. You might have to re-download. And the reason why it does that sometimes is if there's any fluctuation between in your network. So if it's disconnected or if it slows down too much and gets disconnected like that, that will happen, and you'll see some errors start stacking up like that. And you would just re-download the zip file. Go ahead and clear it out, the original one, or when you copy and paste it the next time, it's going to ask you if you want to write over it. Just click your select button and write over it and click paste. And here we go, coming up to the very end of this, the tail end. It looks like I'm going to have a whole bunch of little tiny files. Yep. These are some of those PNG files and things like that that are running, and you will see, yep. So you will see that this slows down a little bit right here. If you need to, you can go ahead and fast forward through this part. But there's all those PNGs. And there we go. We're going to click force close. And just click your one icon again. We're going to give it 2 to 3 minutes for it to finish creating the skin, and then we're going to go into the build and fix Chape. We are going to create the adult section or get rid of it, and go over the ReelToBread login for ReelToBread users. And you will see it should be coming up. There's Chape right there. And now it's going to create the skin for us. Almost there. What we're looking for is the weather icon to pop up next to the date. So on my screen you see Saturday, July 14th. There it goes. I'm going to give it still about 20 seconds. Just because I know it's got to search the DVR, things like that. Alright, we should be safe. I'm going to start heading that way. So when we get to Kodi add-ons, click on Kodi add-ons. Scroll down and find Chape. Long press on Chape or click your menu button. Click Information and click Update. This version is fine, G07 or whatever it is on yours. There we go. Alright, let's back out of there. Okay, if the adult section is here and you like it here, just click directly on the word adult and select your poison. So if you want 10, just click here. If you want 20 plus Asian LBQT, click here. If you want the 20, it says step 1, click here, and then step 2, force close Kodi. The force close is not working, so what you'll do is you'll click step 1, and then you will force close your build, which means that you will click the home button, go down to your top TV launcher or app launcher, click on Kodi or wherever you can find your 1MC or ONMC with the 1 icon, long press on that. Click App Info and then force stop it like that. So you'll just manually force stop it. This is the same process you do if it ever blacks out. If you ever click on the one icon and you get a blank screen, that is the same process you will do for that. But I'm just going to come right back here. And if your adult section is, if you want it completely gone, or you want it, if it's not here and you want it, you will go to skin settings, scroll to the right, click setup AM Knox main menu. This takes a little while the first time I'm pulling it up, so just be careful with, or be patient right here. I think I was just impatient. I clicked it again because I didn't think it registered, but I don't know. It seems to be fine. But I'm going to scroll to the left, scroll up, and keep on scrolling up until you get to adult. When you get to adult, scroll right and click disable, or whichever one you want. So if I wanted to get rid of adult, I'm going to click disable. See how it's got the red X next to it on the left hand side? That's good to go. So it will be gone now. If I wanted it and I wanted it enabled, I would click on this to enable it. Now there's no red X, and I'll be right back. Either which way, when you back out of here, pause about 20 seconds. Just wait right here. It's going to create the skin again without or with the adult section in there. And you are good to go. The only thing left to do is to do the easy advanced settings. So the easy advanced settings are in your program section. Scroll down and to the right, click easy advanced settings. And this activates the left hand or the left top square. On this you can go up 10%. So if I'm at 142 right now, I can go up another 14 points. So that puts me around 156. Whatever it is, just add 10% to it. And scroll up one time and then click write file. Sometimes you have to click write again or remove. Whatever the option is in green, always select that one. That's good. If you have reel to breads, we're going to go over that right now. But everybody else, you are good. And continue it. Yeah, just enjoy your build. Go ahead and on reel to bread, you can scroll down in the movie section and find reel to bread. Click on it. Click pair up with reel to bread. One more time, click pair up with reel to bread. And you're going to click on both of these options, and it's going to give you the code. You need to pull up this information and input it on your phone or your computer. So you will click on these. It's going to give you the code. Go to your computer or your phone and follow the information on the screen. For the Gaia, you're going to click on pair up with Gaia if this is an option if you're doing the 4K build. For everybody else, it won't be highlighted. So when you click on it, it's going to ask you if you want to install Gaia. That means that you are done, pretty much sitting for you. But for this one, you just click on step 1, and you're going to scroll to the right and scroll down to reel to bread, and wherever it says authentication. So right here, I'm going to scroll to the right. I'm going to scroll down. I'm looking for reel to bread, and right where it says authentication right here, click on this, and you're going to do the same exact thing that you just did. It's just going to give you another code that you need to input into. So I'm going to go on to reel-to-bread.com/device. And this is, you don't have to put in this, it's not case sensitive. So I can put lowercase x, 85PD, whatever it is on your screen though, you're going to type that in. But it doesn't matter if it's uppercase or lowercase at all. Just as long as it's accurate. And that is good. We're going to scroll to the right and we're going to click OK. The second one is a test that it runs for us though. So I'm going to cut this a little short, but just click yes on here. And it's going to analyze your device, do a little speed test, and make sure that this is all configured for your device. But that is how easy it is to update. Just follow the breadcrumb back, copy and paste the correct zip file for your device into the Downloads My Builds folder, and then come back to your build, click step 2, and find it and click on it. That's pretty much it. Just follow the prompts through. And remember, green is for go, red is no. And if you ever have any questions, reach out to us. Thank you.